and I think we're good. I think we're going. Oh, I see a couple people muted. Okay. Well, you guys, I appreciate you jumping on here tonight, and we have two very special guests. Not that not everybody on here is not very, very special, but Doug and Sharon Farrar, our national marketing directors down in Florida, and they are sideline buddies. A lot of you know Sharon, at least. I don't know how many of you have had the pleasure of meeting her husband, Doug, but they have had such good success with the Shred 10, with their teams. There are lots of customers being added. People are just getting healthier, and they're getting rid of the toxins. And we thought a good time to do this would be now, going into the Christmas holiday season. So I'm going to turn it over to Doug and Sharon, and they're going to share with us pretty much what the Shred 10 is and be available for some questions. And then we're going to explain a Facebook event that we're going to have that will launch in the next day or two, so that you'll have an opportunity to invite people and they can get some more information as we go into the Shred that we're going to launch. So Doug and Sharon, welcome, and thank you guys for sharing your time with us this evening. This is such a privilege.
Oh, our pleasure. You know, Heather is an awesome leader. Stick close to her. She will guide you every step of the way. She'll die on the side of the road to help you, and we'll do anything to help you guys and Heather. So we're excited to just share with you, you know, what we've done as far as the Shred. Doug is going to be a perfect example for you to learn more about what the Shred has done for him. But, you know, it's an offshoot of the Mitra Ray Transform 30. And Jake Kelly has a video, so we use that. You know, it's a younger, more hip video. It's like 2 minutes. But it all kind of falls back on, you know, it's a way to detox. It's a way to shred different habits. It's a way to detox your body. So some people might say, well, do they need to be on the Trio Blend and the shake? And should they do the shake twice a day? Pretty much that's what I'm telling people, whether they do the Shred or not. You know, that is like the transformation package, is get on the Trio, get on the shake if you want great results, and then do the shake twice a day if you want even more results quicker. And that's really going to detox them. That's going to give them more fiber than they've ever had. It's going to give them more nutrients than they've ever had. And that Dr. Pam Popper said many years ago, and she's a naturopath and nutritionist, it's one of the best meals you can have in a day, the complete shake. So I always use that, and I tell people that. So we know they're going to get healthier. I just got somebody on it like last Sunday. She's already lost 5 pounds. She couldn't be happier. You know, she's eating salad in the jar. So sometimes I'll have a salad in the jar party, and I'll say, you know what, you have a shake in the morning, you have healthy snacks, you can have a salad in the jar for lunch. That makes breakfast and lunch easy. They only have to really think about their dinner. And then for dinner, they can have another shake like right before 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, even to offset so they don't get so super hungry, and then eat like 6 or so and stop eating by 6 or 7. And then the other part of the Shred is, you know, they emphasize exercise, drinking water. Now, we don't hold people to all these things. We just show them that this is the framework of something to come back to that's a healthy thing. And we don't get hung up on whether they're doing it, whether they measure themselves, anything like that. But it's a great conversation starter. It's just really great tools for them. We know that they're going to be healthier. So then we put them in a community where some people are doing a lot and some people are doing a little. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're serving them. We're educating them, things like that. So I'll turn it over to Doug, who can tell about his Shred experience, which started off with just us doing 2 shakes a day when Transform.
Well, I'd say before that, even when couple of years ago, right around when Transform 30 came out, you know, I was looking for something, you know, and I kind of tried to Transform 30, but to me, I came to the conclusion it was just too much. As I'm like, nobody could ever do this. We can't use this in our business. It's terrible, all this. Well, after trying it a few times, not really being successful, and then her and I settled on this idea where we were just going to focus on smoothies, salads, soups, smoothies, and salads. So we were really into soups, smoothies, and salads, and I would add sushi once in a while for over a year. Well, we developed these better habits, and then when the 10-day Shred came around, I realized that I was ready to go all in on shredding. And honestly, I've done probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 in a row. I've lost about 25, 30 pounds in the last, like, even year or so. And my mom has actually done 17 shreds in a row.
I told them that, and they probably thought I was exaggerating. I'm so glad.
No, she's down 35 pounds, and she has type 2 diabetes, or should I say had. Her doctor's literally taking her off the medication at this point. So, I mean, it really does have great results. So I love it. I mean, for me, it's just become like a way of transforming. You know, I'm down below our honeymoon weight at this point, and I'm going to get back to the weight when we met in college pretty soon. So for me, it's weight loss. For others, you'll see there's personal trainers and such. They just feel better because you're not eating processed food. You're sleeping well. You're drinking water. You're getting rid of caffeine. And the 2 shakes a day really does make a big difference. No gluten. I mean, I didn't realize the effect of gluten and wheat on me personally. I kind of got into it. I read this book called Wheat Belly, and I've been learning more about it. And now I kind of understand why. And it's really incredible. So it's been really, really helpful.
Well, I like the way Mitra Ray talks about, and this is how I explain it to people, is the gluten and the dairy, those are 2 proteins that are harder to digest. So we say during that time, you know, it's a good time to try not to eat those so that your body can detox even more, you know, because, you know, it just helps to make sense for them that we're just going through like a detox period. And some people want to detox every once in a while. So we do a shred for a while, and then we do one. And I know you asked that, Heather, and I'll let Doug say how often we do the shred. But then we kind of go off the shred, but then we kind of miss the shred. It kind of helps us to see differently that there are options out there that are not gluten and not dairy, and it really expands like what we can eat. So it's like a nice framework that everybody just comes back to.
So we're at the point now where we're basically going to be running a shred near the beginning of each month. That way we have time to do the shred, and then some time off of the shred for 20 days or so. Time for people that want to keep good habits going, they can. But then I almost ran 2 in a row in this month. I was going to do 2 in November, but the second one just kind of fizzled out. So I don't really recommend doing two in a row like that. I like the idea of just doing 1. So what we do is this. I just adapted a bunch of little posters for Heather. You guys can use some or make some of your own or whatever. So basically you decide on the date you're going to do a shred, like you guys is November 28th to the 7th, I believe. You have a nice little poster. I gave you a lot of different varieties. Some are like fall, some might be fitness, a girl jumping. Other ones might be comical. You know, you never know. But you put that on your wall on Facebook is what we do, and we say something like, "Hey, a few friends and I are doing this thing where we're going to cut out a bunch of bad habits and start to make new good habits. You can do anything for 10 days, right? You know, and then who wants to do it with me?" And you'll start to get activity based on the poster and some of the things like that. And then you invite people to do the shred with you, and we do a shred information event that lasts for a couple of days. And in that event, and now it's available for a few days, but it all happens within about 30 minutes. There's about 13 or 14 posts. They kind of educate on what Juice Plus is, which is important because that Jake Kelly video doesn't actually say what Juice Plus really is. So I think that's important because I was finding that people would like the idea of the shred, but because we didn't educate on the value of Juice Plus, they would say, well, I want to do the shred, I just don't want to buy Juice Plus. You know, so you have to educate that it's a detox based around getting this good nutrition in as we take the bad nutrition out. So we do the information event that you invite to. So you have this post on your wall, and some people are going to say, yeah, I'm in. What do I got to do? And you can just send them like, well, these are the rules for the shred, and this is what you buy, and they'll just buy it. Others want to come to the and see what it's all about. And from there, you're going to have a lot of people that they do want to do the shred, and the last post of the information party says something like, So that's it. We're starting on November 28th. Who's in? Comment below if you want to join us, or contact the person that invited you to get started. And then you just have to make sure all of your representatives are checking, because I kind of run the events, and ours is really big. We have like everybody doing it. And, we'll have like, I'll say 100 people in the info event. And there's people commenting, but sometimes the reps don't notice their guest commented. So then sometimes as a leader, you have to check up too and make sure they're getting in. So if they want to do it, the person follows up with them, and I wait until they actually, and then I put them into the shred group, the actual shred group. So we run a group that just keeps going forever for the shred. Some people do it as an event that'll only last 10 days. But I like the idea of, it almost becomes like a customer group now. We have over 500 people in our Shred On group now. And some of them aren't active really. And I'm thinking about maybe starting a new one in January, but we'll see. But we run a shred and we just let it sit there. Like right now we're in between shreds, but there's still people posting recipes and stuff. So it's nice. So they get into that group, order the products. Now, if they order the trio and the shake, and we like to do a pay in full shake because they're going to use it up in, they would use it up in 2 months, not 1 month. No, it would be 1 month. 1 month. So the thing is, though, the retail sales profit on that right there is $55. So at that point, if you guys do this type of thing, you could do a friends and family. You'll save $5 just becoming a friends and family representative at that point. And then at the end of the shred, I guarantee you they're going to have good results. And that's the perfect time to encourage them to invite other people to come along with them. And if they were to invite 3 other people to come on the next shred, well, there's going to be a $100 thank you gift that comes along with that, because they're going to make DD doing it that way.
That's
so
awesome.
It all comes together.
Right. And when you say pay in full, you're talking about a one-time shipment for the shakes?
Well,
I don't really use that
No.
option. I put it in as a regular shake order, but painful.
Okay, so an automatic reorder order,
Yeah.
but pay in full.
Yeah. Just because we use it as like a reminder, a memory jogger.
To call them.
Yeah.
Not to cancel.
But we check our alerts every day, so
Sure.
they never check.
Sure. No, but that's good clarification, because I would imagine that people would do the one-time shipment, but I see the benefit of just putting it in as a regular ARO, but having them pay in full because they're going to be done with their shake before they're done paying for it if it's on installment. Is that why?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, there's one thing I do want to emphasize when you are inviting people to do the shred, whether it's on your Facebook wall or directly by text, email, or instant messenger, to use verbiage like, what is the 10-day shred? Well, we're going to get rid of some bad habits and kickstart some new habits. You want to make sure you say something like that, because jumpstart, because the Juice Plus they're going to purchase is going to last for 4 months. So it's a 10-day shred, but one of the habits they're starting is Juice Plus. So I found that if you're not using the right verbiage up front, then they kind of wonder, well, why am I buying 4 months of Juice Plus if it's 10 days? Can't I just buy 10 days? So to avoid kind of some conversations about why that doesn't work and stuff. Yeah.
Me and Heather have our own secret.
Except everybody can see us.
Right now, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty secret. I'm looking like, why are they both nodding?
We're like BFFs. We can't help
Our BFFs, and she talked me all the way to Cleveland today. So
I did. I brought her home. I brought her into the hotel, really.
You did.
Okay, so any questions, you guys?
Well, before we open it up, I just want to make sure everybody knows that we are going to launch this event that Doug was talking about probably tomorrow, and we're going to close that on Sunday, and that's going to give kind of some urgency around getting people into this event so that they can get an understanding of whether or not they want to be part of the group, but they're going to have to order their products. If they're not already a Juice Plus customer, of course we want to get them on the trio and the shake for the shred, but if they're an existing customer, they're going to need more shakes. And we want to make sure that they get that ordered by the first of the week to make sure that they have it in time for the 28th when we launch this. And then we'll open up our Facebook group the week of Thanksgiving, next Monday, so that all of us have time to be adding people into that group, and then it will actually start on the 28th. But they don't have to be part of the event to be a part of the group. Does everybody understand that? This is just going to run for 3 or 4 days so that they can see what it's about and can be commenting and letting you know that they do want to be a part of the group. But nothing beats the spoken word. Remember that. You know, we talk that all the time. We want to make those individual invitations and not just throw people into the group. We want them to know what they're doing and what they're a part of. But it's really important that they get their products ordered. I mean, I've got some shakes, but I'm going to order and pay in full, Doug, my shakes just to make sure that I've, got enough. And I think that that's something that we need to be communicating so that they feel completely prepared.
Right. And part of the prep event is so that they could get their mind wrapped around, oh, I got to go grocery shopping, get these certain things. I need like coconut milk instead of cow's milk, or whatever. So that they could get their mindset on that date and really set them kind of up for success. And you're going to have a video by Dawn to help them get ready and stuff like that. That's going to be helpful.
Right. Dawn's inserting her 4 or 5 minute video into the event, the prep event. And I was going to show it to you guys tonight, but you're going to see it and I'm going to send it to you. It'll be part of the event and I'll try and get it to you guys separately from tonight. But I'm glad you said that, Sharon, because it is a mental thing. It's not just we're going to start this group and by the time it's over, people don't even know what just happened. So having that prep time, not just for their Juice Plus, but to fill the refrigerator with the good stuff, because we're focusing on fruits, vegetables, and proteins, really. Not so much what not to do as important as what to do and getting into those healthy habits. It's a mental shift for a lot of us. And I'm putting myself in that category. So I appreciate you bringing that up, Sharon. It's not just to get our products, but it's to get the snacks and the things that we want to make sure are in our fridge. Do you guys also encourage the bars for a snack to get those as part of your product line before we get going?
It's a good thing,
we don't
it's like last on our list, but I mean, I use them all the time. It's just that when you're talking to people about 2 shakes a day and the trio, depends on how much they want to go, I don't think we even have it in our event, but I don't think it would hurt.
It's interesting. We don't have it in our event and we don't actually mention it ever, really.
We post.
Ever.
Yeah.
I had one person that I didn't really connect with. I didn't follow up appropriately, but they actually had the link to my website. They went to my Juice Plus website and they ordered double shake and the bars. So it just goes to show you, they wouldn't have ordered as much as if I would have talked them through it. So you never know.
That's good.
You never know.
I have a question about the event. Can you guys paint a picture of what that looks like? Is it just, it sounds like it goes all weekend long, but is there like a time when everybody meets on the phone or like a Facebook party? Like, what do you do?
We could share the screen, Heather, if you want to Heather's Shred event.
Wait, is it already loaded?
It already loaded.
Well, Dawn's putting the event together right now. I mean, Sharon, feel free. You can certainly do that so they can see, but I don't know what slides she's got together, and she couldn't join us tonight, but she's going to have it ready for me or she's going to launch it tomorrow. There's nothing live about it. There's not a call. It's just simply a series of posts with the importance of, getting ready and what is it and what do we focus on and what do we focus not on and those kinds of things. I mean, it's kind of informational, educational, and getting ready. But sure, Sharon, if you want to share your screen, they can see an example. But I don't know if this is what it's going to look like, you guys, because I'm putting it together.
This is a 30-second version of what ours looks like. Okay, so Facebook event. It basically has numbered posts. They go about every 2 to 3 minutes explaining what it is. And this was a sample one we ran today just to show Heather what it looks like. Yesterday, yeah. We just asked if they, effects of being toxic. Then we showed a Jake Kelly video. And then we let them know what the shred includes, which is a poster. I just shared this poster with Heather.
It's always good to ask a question so you can get some interaction, you know, make them think, you know, which ones are going to need some extra planning for you, you know.
We talk about the difference between typical diets and detox, which has more lasting effects. We introduce Juice Plus, and we let them know what it is, what's in the shakes, and getting prepped, being ready. We always promote salad jar type things, having snacks ready. Sometimes around this post, I'll have we'll insert a video from somebody that's, we do have bars right there. We have somebody that's really good at healthy snack team and prepping food. So we'll have her go live with a video, and that kind of makes it a little interesting for a few minutes. We emphasize more. We talk about making shakes and how to use things other than dairy, because some people freak out like, oh no, dairy, what do you mean? Okay, then we have alternatives that they can use, different types of non-gluten things they can substitute. My mom and I, kind of results they might get. And then we say, who's in?
And do you find that people are commenting? So really we should all of us that are signing up for this, we should all be paying attention to this event and to the Facebook group so that we can monitor questions.
Yeah, he's going to show you one where people commented, I think.
Are you seeing a happy face 10-day shred now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is our actual last prep event.
They're probably getting dizzy right now.
Sorry. So we're getting comments, people putting pictures up of how they're prepping. Now a lot of these are reps. So you have your reps prep. Yeah, you have your reps posting. And then you'll notice that some of your guests will start to do it too. Also, another cool thing is, let's say I invited Susie, and there's a post here. I can do tag Susie in the post to say, Susie, this is what I was telling you about, and try to draw her in to be more engaged like that. So these are all the comments we're getting. I'll make you dizzy again. We'll see how many people were in this. Oh gosh.
That was quite a bit.
We had 301.
Yeah, you guys are going to have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. I mean, we can really finish November strong by, getting this going right now. And then into the first part of December, I mean.
This is our actual shred group. There's my before and after picture.
Look at that.
Wow.
I'd be honored if I could be a guest in your group, and I would love to help keep momentum in there. I'm in a few other friends groups too. This girl, this is an interesting concept. This is Jennifer Ray. She's still posting in the shred group, even though we're not shredding. She does the shred, but it took me a while to figure out who is this person. She's actually a Shakeology person that somehow ended up in our group. Now, I've reached out to her, so she's mine now. I'm trying to flip her. But, I let her know, no Shakeology stuff in the group, and I keep sending her info about the Juice Plus shakes. So we'll see.
Yeah,
so anyway,
people are still posting. Isn't that something?
Yeah, they're still going, and people doing before and afters.
This one girl, everybody kind of came together for this girl, Audra Sampley. Oh my goodness. She says, I just want to thank you for being so loving and supporting. And she's going to continue the shred, and she wants to make differences for her family. I mean, it's good. It's really good.
It is good.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Do you have any people? I have a question. Do you have any people who want to do this but are not active on Facebook? I have two ladies who are interested. One is not on Facebook, and one is just not active. So I'm just wondering, do you have anybody like that? How you would reach out to them?
You could do Voxer with them. You could be their accountability person. You could have a little group on Voxer. But
text group even?
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to be on Facebook. You can just provide some of that.
Some of those rules, like the the one poster I sent to Heather is just a picture of like a girl running, and it has the rules.
Mhm.
But also, I also use like the Transform 30 rules, like the packet for customers, Transform 30. If you can track that down, that gives a little more explanation and recipe ideas and things like that.
Okay.
Doug, earlier when you were talking about the images that you sent me that people can put, you were talking about their own personal timeline. As far as, hey, this is what I'm doing, you want to join me? Because obviously they have a lot of friends that they want to be a part of this. I mean, that's could be very far reaching. Is that what you meant? For them to use the images on their own personal timeline? Is
Right.
that what you're referring to?
Yes, I want to show you a post.
It's been a while.
Does that make sense to everybody? I will post these images that Doug put together. I mean, how awesome are these two? I mean, spending their evening with us. I'll put these in our Facebook group, and then you guys can pull from those and see which ones you like, so that you can put them on your own personal Facebook group and get the word out there starting really tonight, and just tell them that you'll want to add them to the event tomorrow and see if they want to be added to the group. So it's really 2 separate invitations. You don't have to be part of the event to be part of the group, but it will help clarify some things for them.
You guys see this sample post somebody just put up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we call people just to have them be part of this preliminary planning stage, and then they have to agree to it to get to the next stage, right?
Right. They're going to make their decision on being part of the group based on what they understand the Shred 10 is. And the event is to help guide them.
Well, yeah, but can we just invite people randomly to this educational site?
You can, but I would do it personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other question is a day-to-day. You said 2 shakes, but you mentioned a shake in the morning, a salad for lunch, a shake o'clock, and then a light dinner. Is that what you meant? Or is that too much?
Well, like his mom, though, does it for lunch. So it really depends on the person. That's what worked for us, was breakfast works mostly for everybody. But then we would do that like at 4 or 5, and then we would just have either soup or salad with the shake or somewhere around then. And then you try to stop eating at 6 or 7. We go to 7. The flyer says 6, I think, but we're kind of like 7 people.
Central time.
There you go.
Alaska, I don't know, but you know, we're not that strict, but yes.
Also remember, this is going to be your first shred. I'm sure most of you guys. So you're going to learn through it, and as you go through the shred, you're going to be posting. You're going to say shred update, day 1, day 2, day 3, feeling great. Oh my gosh, day 5, I can't believe this. This is awesome. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, take advantage. Post stuff like that. Be a fire, even though not everybody wants to be that, but be that, and people will follow you and cheer you on and say, what's going on, how's it going, stuff like that. Then when you get results, you can say, oh, I'm so happy the shred's over, and now I'm however lighter or pant size, or I feel better, or my skin's better, whatever it is that you could then say after that.
It's going to set you up nicely for, I'm sure, like a beginning of the year shred is going to be the biggie.
I agree. And depending on how this goes, we do want to have one in January. New year, new you kind of concept. And I mean, who doesn't want to feel good all the time, but especially going into the holidays? So I'm excited about it, and having the accountability with all of you and hopefully a bigger group. I think it's going to make a difference, and it's going to mean all of us are participating in the posts and the comments, and sharing maybe what your healthy meal looked like, or I don't know if anybody wants to dare do their measurements, but just so that people are seeing a variety, because that's going to get them to want to post, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, 300 and some people in a group. We got to be far reaching, and I think using those images for our own personal Facebook timeline is kind of a start, Diane, when you were asking about randomly inviting people. But people want that personal invitation, whether it's a Facebook message or a text or picking up the phone and saying, hey, I want to invite you to this prep event. It's going to explain what we're going to start doing on the 28th, going into the holidays. Does that make sense to everybody? I don't want it to be confusing between two separate things, an event and a group. We just want people to have an understanding.
Right. And hopefully you guys are all friends with each other. So if you comment on each other's posts, not in a salesy way, but just like I'm in,
Right.
then that helps that person's post up in the news feed. And so you're supporting each other. And then when you get in the group, you want to be a part of the shred. You want to live the mission so that you can then say, well, this is what I had today. And this is how I'm feeling. Maybe you're not feeling good the first couple of days. So you could say that. And everybody's, kind of supports. And then as far as the event versus the actual group, the event was just to get them ready, but also think of it as an educational exposure. Our whole business is built on educational exposure. So if they don't join the shred, it's okay. Maybe they'll do it a year from now, but they've got that education and they know what you're doing and they know you're the person to come back to. So I don't even get hung up on whether they're actually doing the shred. I look at it as another education, like going to a Prevention Plus lecture. They're learning, and that's really, you're bringing value. So always you want to just bring value and expose them to our community.
I have a quick question about during the shred process, do you guys recommend that, and maybe I'm just not understanding this properly, but sharing on your own wall, your own Facebook wall, your day 1, day 2, day 3, or is it really something that you just want to put in a shred group when that's going, or both?
Both. I would do both, but I wouldn't do it every day on my own wall.
No.
Okay.
I just think it's too much. I think every 3 days, something like that, maybe a little. I mean, honestly, I did maybe 2 or 3 updates the whole 10-day shred, especially since I've been doing multiple shreds. I like to go look at my own timeline and make sure I'm not doing all pictures of my motorcycle or something, or all golf pictures. I mean, I need to be telling a story of living a healthy life, that I actually love my wife, that I have children. So we don't want all pictures of our dog, and we don't want all pictures of our shred. So
or a plate of food. You don't want all that.
Yeah.
But it's good to say starting, the shred or something, and then like, hey, 3 days into the shred, look, I'm out exercising, so then, or you could even hashtag day 1, shred. So you don't have to, definitely you want a variety. You want to attract people.
I think it goes back to that creating curiosity.
yeah.
Kurt tells us about showing our lifestyle, and who is not going to want to know what you're doing if you put something on your personal timeline. You're creating curiosity. Well, they feel great after 3 days. What are they doing? So be paying attention to that as well. They may want to jump into the group halfway through the 10 days we've got, or you can say, you know what, we're going to do this first of the year. So I'd love for you to be a part of that. They may not know about it otherwise. So you don't want to bombard them with what you're doing, except creating that curiosity maybe at the beginning and toward the end, I would say.
Yeah, and if you don't quite know what to put on social media, sometimes you can do a search for hashtag shred10, and you're going to see what everybody else is posting and get some ideas.
Yeah, we talked about that on Voxer the other day. Do you guys remember? If you just go into the search bar of Facebook and put in hashtag 10-day shred or shred10, you'll really get an education just with that. You'll see images, you'll see comments. I love doing that when I'm trying to figure something out, just in the search bar. That's what hashtag's all about.
Yeah. And this will all get a little easier probably in another month once the Healthy Living Revolution group of people that were on stage roll out whatever they're preparing for us. They're going to have graphics, they're going to have a guidebook, everything for us, and a website with all the info. Because right now people are going to say, what am I supposed to eat? And you're like, well, don't eat this. So I don't know what you're supposed to eat. So it's a little tough, but you just got to keep coming up with ideas. Lots of paleo type stuff works well.
Yeah, I think those images for the Healthy Living Revolution will be available after Thanksgiving.
Oh, good.
That's what Julie had said. So we can look forward to that. And this Shred 10 will be all part of that. So we're just kind of going to do a little preview before Healthy Living Revolution starts. So that's fun.
We're starting our own revolution.
Yes, we are. Is everybody feeling on board? Can't wait.
Yes. Yeah, sounds really good.
Yeah. I think it's good to reach people maybe we haven't reached before. I think for our own accountability, we need to set the tone, set the pace. But I do see this as helping us finish off this year, just boosting our business a little bit, getting people involved, getting them on Trio if they're not already. Maybe they'll say yes to Juice Plus so that they can shred. Who knows? But we've all got to stay in touch and in tune with the comments in the post so that we know what our people are thinking. That's going to be key. And being an amener, we see something, commenting on that's going to make them feel like they've made the good decision. Well, I'm grateful that you guys all came on tonight, and Sharon and Doug, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shred on.
Awesome.
I have a quick question. I have one question. Do you find that people, when they hear shred 10, they're immediately thinking 10 pounds, losing 10 pounds?
People have mentioned that. I don't think, we usually call it the 10-day shred, but I guess they're switching it to shred 10. So that was the debate. They kind of debated that with Being Revolution. As long as you're talking to people, you're going to be able to explain it's a 10-day shred, But yeah, they could think that at first. So sometimes we call it the shred, or we hashtag shred on. So we don't always, use shred 10. I still like 10-day shred, but there's another website out there called that.
Yeah.
So if we use that name, it's going to lead them to the wrong place. So I think the text, I always find when we share a poster, the text that you write above it is really important. The poster gets their attention, but they're going to say, what is this poster? Oh, I'm going to shred some bad habits and start some new ones. So I avoid saying things like lose some weight. Now some of our 20-somethings tend to do that on their posts, but.
Well, it reminds me of how many people have ever said to you they think Juice Plus is juice.
Yeah, almost everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's the education. We're in touch. That's why we're not going to, blast this out to people and see who wants to come on board if they're thinking it's weight loss or when I hear it, I think of getting rid of, I think of it as a detox. And obviously weight loss is going to come with that. Mm-hmm. But if I'm going to shred, then if I'm paying attention to the good stuff and eliminating the bad stuff, of course there's going to be some toxins released. So I think it's just how people perceive the verbiage, but it's our conversations with them that's going to help them understand. We're just going to, see what happens in 10 days. And if you can stay as close to the framework, I like that word, and the closer you stay to that, you're going to see some results. You're going to feel better, and you might lose a few pounds too. Well,
if you really follow it, if your body weight is, normal, which is, not thin, okay, you will lose 10 pounds. So it doesn't matter.
Stop. You can't say that.
You can't say that, but they will. There's a lot of people, if they haven't been dieting or something, their body's going to react in 10 days. And now it's not going to be like great weight loss. It might inch back but people do tend to lose weight on it. That's what they report.
Yeah.
I want to know if I can gain 10 pounds.
Sure.
You can have mine.
I need 4 shakes a day, Charles.
Okay, good. And Doug, tell me, how long was your mom on Juice Plus before her diabetes just kind of went away?
She said no to Juice Plus for a good 10 years. And
that's another story.
And she developed diabetes. And how long was she on Juice Plus and shakes?
She was on Juice Plus Trio for a while, but she wasn't doing the shake every day, and she wasn't doing the shake twice a day. I really think the twice a day is so key. And can I further explain? So the fruits, she said she was not able to have fruits throughout the day. She tests her blood all day, I guess, after meals or whatever. So then she was able to have fruits throughout the day and in the shake after she increased to 2 shakes a day. So that was pretty phenomenal. And then when she really stuck to the shred, that's when she lost weight too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it was really, I think it's like a low glycemic index or something that allows her to have the fruit because it's releasing slow.
But she tolerated the Juice Plus, the fruit part of that, okay? And the trio?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Because the capsules have 0 sugar. The gummies have 2 grams of sugar each, but the capsules have 0.
Quite a product of the product now. Now she uses the Vineyard chewables as a healthy snack. So, I mean, she is like the poster child. That's why we put her in the event. She just keeps doing the shred. It's awesome.
I love that.
It's so good.
And how old is she?
67?
70 something. No, she's 70 something.
What do I know?
Wow.
Mom.
She looks fantastic.
The last time she was here, she was dancing around and she had more energy and she's just feeling very good. You know?
It's amazing.
It's totally different. Her visit last time was so different than before.
Wow.
And before that was different too. So yeah, it's given her more life. Good.
She said no for 10 years.
Well, originally she said yes, but then
To help us out.
if we want to go into the story, we had a conversation by the kitchen sink, like around a Thanksgiving at some point, where she said, we've decided to not do Juice Plus. And I'm like, and I start saying stuff and she's like, well, you can have your blind faith in that or something like that. And I was like, it's not fun. She's like, I don't really want to discuss it anymore. So, you know, there is hope for you guys. If somebody cancels, they come back. Don't worry.
Nobody has ever had that experience, Sharon.
All me, I'm sure.
Oh, that's so
She
cute.
came back with a vengeance. She's on everything.
Wow.
Bars too. Yeah, she does the bars too.
That's fantastic.
Shred on, people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Red on.
I would definitely go in your shred group if you want. I love, I go in some other sideline groups and, because I just love the shred. I mean, it's really like my thing now.
You're Douglas Shred Farrar.
That's right.
We had an award.
I got an
at our
award.
conference, and he's the master shredder.
I thought about wearing my medal during this presentation.
Right.
Well, how about I invite you into our group and you can wear your medal and you can give us a little video
Yeah, he
or
can
before
go.
Oh,
and after
definitely.
or whatever you want to do. Would we not be honored to have him as part of our
Yeah.
group?
That would be great.
Absolutely.
He can
There's no
dress up
greater
like
honor.
he can dress up like Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, I have t-shirts. I have shirts made. I might even throw a prize to somebody in your group. We got shred on shirts.
Good. Yeah, we work for t-shirts.
I think we should do our New Year, New You shred together.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to invite your team to do what we're doing on the 28th, I don't know how much leeway time that gives you, but you're more than welcome.
No, we're going on December 5th.
We've already got it out there.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Hey, you bet. Well, I'm so grateful. You know that I am. Thank you, and thanks everybody. I hope this helped. Is everybody pretty clear?
Yeah, it's very helpful. Thank you.
Good, good. Well, I'll let you know on Voxer when the event is launched, but just start now. I mean, you know, it's, again, they don't have to be part of the event to be part of the group, but we're going to do the group and we're going to shred from November 28th through December 7th.
So Heather, I gave you all those pictures on Voxer, but I also shared a link to a Google folder, Google Drive folder, so you get the full resolution pictures if you want them there. But I would suggest sharing them with these guys so they can get them out to the team,
Yeah.
so they can choose whatever resonates with them. And then,
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys, I'm going to post those within our team Facebook group. I'll put them in an album. Sharon taught me that as well.
That's a good idea. I could have put them in there earlier. I'm in your group. I stalk you guys.
I know.
I didn't know we have a team Facebook group.
Yes, you do.
We better go now, honey.
Oh my God.
What's it?
You're in
What-
there, you crazy girl.
What's it called?
I should have stopped this recording. We'll talk, Diane. We will talk. You're in there, silly girl.
Okay.
But you guys look for the album. I'll do that as soon as we get
Oh,
off.
the one that says Revolution? Okay, never mind.
Yes, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That one, okay.
So you tell Doug and Sharon that you knew about it.
Yeah, I know about it.
Okay.
I know you.
I
did.
believe you.
She knew what the Facebook cover looked like, so that's proof right there.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys can. Doug is responsible for all these images I'm going to put there, and just choose the ones you want and put them on your timeline, and you'll see some of them within our group as well.
Well, I did steal 2 of them. I'll let you figure out which ones.
That's okay. That's okay. We're a business of plagiarism. It's all.
Yeah. I didn't see a copyright symbol, so.
I know. Okay, everybody, I'm going to stop the recording. I'll get this sent out to you as well. And just stay in touch on Voxer as we get going on this.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon and Doug. Thanks, Heather.
You bet.